Hello, Liz here with another craft. This is Friday, August the 14th, I believe, of 2020, in case you're watching this on a replay. Happy Friday, everybody. And I'm just going to go through and show you step by step what I'm going to do. Now, I got this little box here from Goodwill, and it's a little wooden Easter egg on it that I can use later next year for Easter. So what I did was I took my heat gun and then I slid a thin metal piece underneath here and popped this off. It's not easy to get off, as you can see. It kind of tore this up a little bit, but that's okay because we're going to cover that with this acorn here. And this acorn I got, it came like this at Dollar General just this week. Okay, so we're going to do the inside of this box first. I'm just going to set this aside for next year. Okay, so let me get my Mod Podge out. So I have this scrapbook paper here, and it's called Natural Botanical. Now, I've had it for several years. I probably got it when it was 50% off, either at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure, and I don't know if they have it now or not. So I'm just using this piece of paper right here, and I've already pre-cut it. Now, to get a good cut, what you can do is put your paper on here and then mark the inside piece here and then cut it on your lines. So this, and then I had to trim it up just a little bit. So I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm going to Mod Podge this on the inside of this box. And I want a decent layer of Mod Podge, not too thick, but not too thin. And then I'll show you what it looks like. Just like that. Lid back on the Mod Podge, set it aside, and then I want this to be the top, so I'm just going to put my paper down in there, and then I'm going to smooth it around. Just going to smooth it down with my fingers, and I'm going to wipe that right there off. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now, I just have this piece of wood that my husband had trimmed up. He just had it sitting around. There's several pieces of it, and I thought this would be a good little piece for a pumpkin. So I have my Anita's all-purpose acrylic paint in pumpkin orange, and we're just going to paint it orange. Now, I'm not going to paint the back of it, but I'm going to paint the top, the bottom, and the sides. And I did sand down the edges. It was a little rough. So if you're on here, say hi. I see somebody. I'm not sure who it is. Hi, Dave. Oh, it's Alice. Hi, Alice. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, so I got this covered. I'm only going to do one coat, just a block of wood. And I'm just going to use it as a pumpkin. Now, if you had those little pumpkin cutouts from the Dollar Tree, I actually thought I had some, but when I got to check in, I couldn't find them, so I don't think I bought them. So that's why I decided to use this piece of wood. And I'm just going to dry it real quick. But if you have those little pumpkins, you can use one of those. You could basically use just whatever you have. You can turn anything into a pumpkin. Although my husband doesn't agree, but it's true. Yes, with the pumpkins again. I know. It's a shame, Dave. It's a shame. And I can't read all your comments. Let me see. Oh, okay. You got some funny faces. Okay. Oh, a little bit right there that didn't catch. Okay. So that's good. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this dark chocolate brown and then this English mustard. And I'm just going to add a little dimension to it. So I just need a tiny bit of paint there. And then a thinner brush, and then I'm just going to add some lines on it, here and there, maybe around the edges. So something like this. I'm going to add it to the edges here. Just gives it a little something so it doesn't look so plain. And then I'm going to put a little bit on the front part of it. Okay, and I'm going to use the mustard. Taking a lot of the paint off of the brush. Just making very light strokes. Get a little bit more here. Of course, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is what we have. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these towering, tumbling tower blocks. I want my pumpkin to sit out a little bit. So I am going to glue those on the back just like this. And I'm using my high heat glue gun because it seems to work better on wood. But you need to be careful that you're not burning yourself. It will give you blisters. I know because I've had a lot of blisters. Yeah, Dave, it's called imagination. That's what Alice says. You go, Alice. So there, Dave. Imagination, do you have one? I don't think he has one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this, I'm going to set it down. And then I'm just going to press it on there. Okay, what did David say? You just painted over a beautiful block of red oak. You know what your dad's thought was on the beauty of natural woods, especially oaks. You married me, didn't you? Well, did you or did I marry you? It is a beautiful piece of wood, and it looks even better now. Okay, so I just have this little wooden knob that actually came off of those wooden, oh my goodness, mini blinds that we had that we were cutting up. So this was just on the string. So I'm going to use that as my stem. And actually, I want to put this. This was just, okay, let me show you. This wire here, and it's very pliable. Came off of here, so I cut it off, and then I just wrapped it around a pencil, and it made this right here. Little curly Q. I thought that was cute. So I'm going to put that down in here. And what I did was, I folded this over a little bit. And Alice says, Dave, you got a great deal. Aw, thank you, Alice. Thank you. You're so sweet. I need more glue. Okay, get in there. There we go. Let me put some glue in there, and then I'm going to put my little, just like that. And then I'm going to glue that on top of my pumpkin. So I'm just putting glue around the base. And I'm just popping that right there on my pumpkin. And then I'm going to add, I had these little leaves, and I'm not sure where they came from, but I used to do scrapbooking, so I'm sure this was part of that. So I'm just going to put some leaves on here around there. So we have an orange one there. Definitely going to use the green one. And then we have this reddish pink one. It's real cute. I think I did it wrong. I'm just going to put it right there. And then I think I'm going to put a couple laying down here like they've fallen. Just put one there. And then one over here. Okay, and then I have some of this Spanish moss I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put a little bit of that around the bottom of the stem. And this stuff does get messy, so you will be cleaning up a mess, but it makes this stuff look so cute. There I am burning my fingers. Okay, we're going to have to trim this up a little bit. On there. Okay, maybe that one right there. And then you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my stenciling. Shame on me. I was going to use the stencil right here. I was actually going to use the whole thing and wrap it around it, but now I think I'm just going to use the grace and maybe this leaf right here. Change of plans. So this stencil is from another company. I don't have an affiliate with them or anything, and I do know someone though that sells it. So if you would like the link to this stencil, just put it in the comments and I'll make sure you get the link. So I did put the link to the chalk paste, and this is the coal black, in the description. And if you do order some, please order from my link because I do get a percentage. And if you like this video, please do this. And I thank you guys for sprinkling and liking and following my page and coming on live with me. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to do the grace and the little leaf, the vine, the leaf, whatever it is. Alrighty, yeah, that looks great. Let me show you. And you clean these stencils the same way you do the other stencils, and I'm putting it face down in my water along with my squeegee. So here we go. What do you think? I'm just going to dry this a little bit so we don't mess it up. Because what we're making today is a reversible sitter, shelf sitter. So this is what it is for the first side, and then the second side, let me clear this up a little bit. Okay, the second side, what we're going to do is, and I already tried it out on this side here to make sure that it looked okay, is I'm going to take a baby wipe with the dark chocolate acrylic paint, and I'm going to just stain the sides of this wood. Well, it's not really wood. I'm staining the sides of it and the front side of it. So I'm just going to put a little bit. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's not a little bit. But anyway, let me go ahead and do this piece since it's so much paint. So I just put some on the wipe, and then I'm putting it on the board. And if you're doing this at home, you probably want to do the staining before you put anything inside of it. That would probably be the best thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to get some more and do the sides. So this is the amount that you want, something like that. Get a little bit more on here. And you could do this with any paint. Doesn't have to be, you know, acrylic, I don't think. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more on here, and then we'll be finished with our staining. Make sure I got all the pieces done. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to dry this a little bit. I mean, it's mostly dry anyway. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have it correctly, because you just want to turn it. So this is our pumpkin on that side, and then we want to put our acorn on this side. Look how messy I am. How did I get it on the back of my knuckles? Anyway, so what I did was, again, I got this at Dollar General, is I took the hanger off. I heated this up with the glue gun. You need to be careful because this does turn brown and it could catch on fire. And so I took that off. Once I did that, do you see it doesn't really sit on here well? So I bent it. I just bent it down so that it would sit closer to my board. And then I'm going to use the hot glue. And then I bent this down some so that it would sit on the board. So I'm going to put hot glue here, and then I'm going to put it around the edges here. Hopefully I get it on the part that's going to sit down. But you need to be careful because the metal gets hot when you use hot glue on it. And then I want it all the way down at the bottom. A little bit higher at the top. It's going to poke out a little bit. But I want it even at the bottom so that it's not going to bother it when it sits on the shelf. I'm just picking off the extra glue. Let's see if that worked. Yep, seemed to have worked. I think that's the trick. You have to use the high heat glue gun when you use metal and wood. So we have that, and then I'm going to make a bow. And you know what? I was going to put this bow on here. Yeah, I think I'll still do that. So let me just put a little bit of hot glue on there. And then I'm going to put this bow right under there. And it looks like this one piece didn't stick very well. So I'm going to pull this up and put it back down. Okay, and I'm just going to hold it a little bit. So what's everybody going to do today? I'm still trying to get my camera to work. We've updated the computer from Windows 7 to 10. We've done just about everything we can, but now it seems like we need some type of cable or something. Okay, I think we're going to have to put a little more hot glue up under here. So I'm just going to try to put it right there on the edge. And then hold that down. Oh no, I just pulled that loose. No, it's still good. Seems like everything else is good. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to do is make a bow. I'm just going to clean this off a little bit. I don't want all that in my bow. So what I have is this wheat. It's a brown with white wheat on it, and it's a little sparkly, has a little bit of, what do you call it? Sprinkles, not sprinkles. Ugh, sometimes I just can't think of what the words are. Anyway, it's the stuff my son can't stand. He hates it. But anyway. What is it, Dave? What's it called? I know you know. You probably quit watching. So I'm just cutting several strips. let's see, 1, 2, let's do 6. And then I saved a piece of the hanger. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of crisscross it. You know what? I want the wheat to go up. So I want to make sure I have it in the right direction. Okay, so I'm just going to take this around there as tight as I can, and then I'm going to twist it. Just twist it. And then I'm going to fan it out a little bit. I'm going to cut the ends of this off. So I have these cutters here, wire cutters. I'm going to put that in down. And then I'm going to spread my ribbons out. And then I think what I'm going to do is dovetail them. Cut them a little bit shorter too. I'm going to do 2 at a time. Okay, these are too far apart to do them together. Alright, so here we have it, and again I'm going to try to pull this apart a little bit. And then I have a button that I want to put in the center. I'm going to put my ribbon right here. Just going to hold that a little bit. Separate these a bit so you can see them all a little bit better. Oh, sorry. You guys can't see it all. Okay, something like that. And then I have this button right here. It's one of those with a thingy on the back. Just a pearlized button I thought would be cute. Let's see where we can put it. I don't think it's going to sit right on there. I'm going to try, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to put enough glue that maybe it'll sit there. And then I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to hold it pretty good. So I'm just leaving the acorn as it is. It has grateful, which goes well with Thanksgiving. I have to get my wipe and wipe that. I had some brown on my fingers and it got on my acorn. Okay, it doesn't want to come off very well. Alrighty, so this is what we have on one side, and then you can reverse it, and this is what we have on the other side. So you could possibly put this on a table that you have where you can see on both sides of the table. So I think this is just a cute little reversible shelf sitter. Or if not, you can put this out until you get tired of it, and then you can change it to this side right here. So what do you guys think? Do you like this idea? So if you like this video, again, please feel free to do this. And that's called sprinkling the love in crafting terms. Or let's see, what was the other word I was using? Sprinkling the love and... I can't remember now. And let me see, I just have this one leaf left. I should do something with it. Maybe I'll put it right there. Just put a little bit of glue on that and sneak this leaf in here. Right there. Right there on top. Of course, I got my mossy stuff. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. Alrighty. Now we'll be back here tomorrow, and since it's Saturday, I'll be live at noon Central Time, and I hope to see you then. So, until then, keep crafting.